but I was thinking about just like the blues a lot and just music and harmony and like just major scales and just chords, and why does this sound so good? And why is it that when you play these things in a certain way, it just speaks, you know what I mean? And that, like, getting even away from like getting nerdy and it's like, oh, it's the 2 chord in this, it's major this, it's whatever. It's like, okay, yeah, that's cool and all, but like if you just play it, we all know it sounds nice. And it's like, you can call it whatever you want, that's cool. But and then I started thinking like, well, like, why is it major? Like, why not? Why can't it be minor? Or why is it based off of major? Or like, it's just like, why is it this? And then I was like thinking about the harmonic series a bunch, and like I was doing some nerdy stuff on guitar where I like had mapped out the harmonics. Yeah, I was getting really nerdy. And then it was like, that was a while ago, and then I just kind of started thinking about it the other day, and then it just kind of hit me where I started thinking about, because I've always wondered, like, why does it sound so good to play, like, you know, flat 7 or flat 3 or the, you know, bluesy stuff, you know, quote unquote,
right,
over, let's just say, one chord, just one major triad, just a major chord. And like for guitar, that's why I play guitar, because I just love the blues. Like, that's why I love Hendrix. That's why I found, like, that, I just love that stuff.
Yeah.
So it's like, you start thinking about, well, what are they doing? Well, he's just playing, and you know, it's just E major, and we're just playing. They're just playing in a key, and it's like, but why does the flat 7 sound so good? Why can you speak so well with it? And like, why am I able to play, like, you know, minor 3, 3, 4, sharp 4, 5, and it just sounds so good, and just like, you can do all these, like, why does that sound? I don't understand. Like, I know that where to target it, and I know how it lays harmonically over things, and I get it. Like, I get it.
Right. But why specifically when these notes are played?
There's
why
something
does it
about
evoke an emotional response.
It's undeniable.
It has to do,
and then it hit me all of a sudden. The harmonic series has, you know, a certain series of notes: 1 octave, 5 octave, and then it's like, you know, 1 3 5
flat 7,
flat 7,
octave
8,
2,
1 2
3 sharp 4,
sharp 4. So I'm like, I mean, we all know that, right?
Yeah.
But like, I started thinking about it. I'm like, I've always wondered, why is it flat 7? Like, why you think it would be major 7, right? Because we play in major, but it's not. It's flat 7.
Right.
Why is it sharp 4 way up there? What the hell?
Yeah.
It's the blues, man. It's just, think about it. It's like every note, just one note, has a harmonic series, correct?
Yeah.
You play one note, and that's the natural. It's mathematical, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah. Right.
But inside that one note, you have what? You have the triad. You have major. You have the major scale. 1 3 5 2 4 6. It's that whole. It's the whole harmony. Like, that's how. I think that's why harmony sounds good to us in triads like that.
Sure.
You can extrapolate to 7 chords, whatever, yada yada.
Yeah.
But the basis of it is, you know, major 1, minor 2, minor 3, 4, 5, 6, you know, so on. That sounds great. And like, you play random notes, it's random, and then the minute you play 1 2 3 4 5, it's like magic. It's like, what? All of a sudden, you just made this organization that's undeniable. You don't need whatever you want to name it, whatever it's major scale, whatever you want to call it. It's undeniable that you could do that for someone that knows nothing about music, and it's like, oh yeah, that sounds good. Like, wow, well, you know, that's chords go up,
right? And
then minute you play, you know, you just do a blues lick. Like, if I had my guitar right here, you know, whatever, just whatever. You just and you play this bluesy lick. It just speaks. It sounds good, and it just hit me. It's like, I mean, flat 7 1. It's like, it's in the harmonic series. You know, it's just like, it's just, blues is like in the harmonic series.
And the same thing with the sharp 4 or the flat 5.
The flat 5 is up. It's up top. It's just like, it's like there, and it's like, I don't know, just kind of, you know, the flat 3 is not really there. It kind of is once you get really high up, but it starts getting really hard to hear. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I'd have to go back and nerd out on it again, but it's interesting. Like, you know, you just throw that flat 3 in, and then with the 3, and then use all the other harmonics that are there, and all of a sudden you just have a blues.
Right.
It sounds blue. It's like, and then it just hit me like a ton of bricks. I was like,
and you know what else is really, really interesting now that it just came to my head. I just thought of this is, you know, you go back and you you know, and I hope I'm not talking out my butt here historically, but you go back and you look at like the history of like, you know, figured bass and 4-part, you know, harmony, you know, the rules that were in place that were put in place by the church.
Of course, yeah.
You know, and like some of the rules, like you can't have parallel fifths.
Right.
And of course the tritone, which is the, you know,
The devil,
sharp 4,
yeah.
the flatted fifth.
Yeah.
Completely verboten. You can't have that because that's the devil's.
Yeah.
And then also with the flat 7, right? And it wasn't until I think the late Romanticism, and again, I'm probably embarrassing myself right now with my knowledge of classical musical history, but I don't think it was until the late Romantic period, you know, like Beethoven started using flat 7s.
Right. It started getting more
that
and more.
it started becoming acceptable. But up until that point, I believe the flat 7 was also outlawed by the church. Same thing with the sharp 4, the flat 5, you know, and you know, it's interesting how, you know, spiritually that stuff was, you know, it was like you were not allowed to write that. You could not perform that. You could not play it. You couldn't write it. You couldn't.
It was
put
too
in
dissonant. It was too
whatever. It was considered dissonant. It was considered evil.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
You know.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's blown my. It just blows my mind, man. I can't unsee it now. Like I can't unsee it. I just. And I don't know. Maybe that's like a nerdy way of thinking about it.
I never thought about
it's
that
just,
before.
But to me, it's so like simple and human, because if you take all the notes away and all the theory, whatever you want to call it, let's just not even call it anything.
Right.
If you just sit here and sing, you know, root and then major third and then fifth, and we sing that together, it's gonna feel good.
Yeah.
It's gonna feel good. The minute someone's out, it's going to feel weird because it's like, wait, it's something about it. And this goes back to what you were saying about the vibrations and being there in person. And maybe there's more to it than we realize. I don't know. I'm not a scientist. I don't know. But there's something to be said about when I sing a note and you sing that exact same note and it's unison. And it's like, we feel it. It's like, oh, there it is. Yeah, there it is.
Lock in.
I feel it. There it is. And you sing a third of it. And that feels good. You sing a fifth above that, and we don't. Whatever you want to sing, equal temperament. You want to sing harmonic, whatever you want to call it.
Right.
Just sing. Okay, sing the true third. I don't care. Whatever. That even feels better, to be honest. But you sing it like, and then you all of a sudden you sing a flat 7 1. It just, and then you start playing some blues like flat 5, flat 3 3, what, and then it just feels good, man.
Yeah.
Like that shit just feels good.
Yeah.
And I think it's. I don't know. It's in the harmonic series, man. It's like how much more obvious can it get? Yeah,
it's already there.
It's like I don't know. It kind of blew my mind, and now I can't get off of it. Maybe it's just nothing, but I think it's super interesting. I never thought of it like that, and I always wondered, like, why is it flat 7 sharp 4? What the hell is so random? Like you would think it would be like just major scale. I guess that's too simple to really. This is almost even more magical, really, because it's like. Major 1 3 5 is clearly there in the harmonic series.
Right.
It makes all the chords.
Right.
That's why they sound good. Triads sound nice to us in the major scale.
Yeah.
You know, and you basically get the major scale 1 2 3. You already have the fifth. You already have the octave. I mean, you're basically at a major scale. Put in a 6 and a 7, you're there.
Right.
And a 4, really. I mean, and I don't know. It's just crazy, man. Just like, because like. Literally over any chord, and this is like, you know, the jazz players in us, it's like you could be playing in a certain key and then you got a dominant 2 chord and all of a sudden you just play it in the right way and you can make that thing sound bluesy as hell. You can make anything, like, you know, and that's some of the best players like Wynton, all those guys, like, you know, at the end of the day they're just playing the blues, like, you know what I mean? And it's like, I don't know, I found it really interesting. Maybe I'm just a total nerd, but it kind of just blew my mind. Like, holy shit, the blues is it's in the universe. It's like sitting there on every note.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what I would ask Wynton. I'd be like, hey, bro, I got a question.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Anyways, but yeah, it's funny you say that because I was nerding out on that the other day. I made a little video just to get it off my chest kind of thing. But
I'll have to check it out.
I don't know. I just found it really interesting, man. It kind of just blew my mind because I just love at the end of the day, you know, jazz, you're just playing the blues, man. There's a reason that we all, let's just play blues. Yeah. You know, you better know the blues form or whatever, you know.
Right.
I don't know. It's just,
right. I mean, and it's usually the entry for a lot of musicians who want to start learning about jazz.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Jamie Ebersol Volume 1, nothing but the blues. You know?
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
It's true.
Side 1, track 1. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. I do a pretty good Jamie.
All right, if you liked the video, please go ahead and subscribe and hit the like button. A lot of my viewers are not subscribed to the channel, so I always get people asking me what's the best way to support Electric Louie Land. And to be honest, the best way is to go and subscribe to the YouTube channel. So do that and share a video and tell your friends. So thank you guys for watching.